Thank you so much. It was truly a wonderful performance. We certainly all appreciate it very much. We're going to move down on our program now to the Distinguished Service Award, and I would like to call Karen Baldwin, who was the recipient of the award last year, to give the award this year. Karen?
It gives me double pleasure to be able to present this year's award because I'm in one of my home schools, and I can't tell you how wonderful it is to be part of the PTSA PTA family. But before I present this award, Mr. Kimball made mention that we now have the 4 middle schools in PTA, and I think it's really important that we recognize that somebody that orchestrated this in the background was Patty Bayless. This was Patty's goal of her presidency when she came in, and I am so excited that you accomplished that, and we appreciate that. This is my pleasure to present the Distinguished Service Award. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Service Award has been involved with the PTA for over 5 years. In fact, when it comes to PTA positions, you could even say she's done them all. It innocently started a few years ago when she volunteered to be secretary. As the years went by, she also chaired committees and held other offices such as Campbell Soup label drives, newsletter editor, treasurer, vice president, and co-president. Along with these offices and committees, she has served as a member of her school's improvement committee, a picture person program volunteer for the past 2 years, and has been active in leading Girl Scout troops for the past 8 years. Her volunteering hasn't stopped with her children's school or even our community. She has given of herself, and on 2 occasions volunteered to work in Romania to help this third world country develop a physical therapy unit, as this is her occupation when she isn't helping out her family or her school. A very loving, giving person to family, friends, and her community, Ms. Shigami is pleased, as well as PTA Council, that their Claudia Nil is receiving this award.
I'll add to my hand. Thank you very much. I'm really embarrassed, and I've got a couple of people over there sitting at my table who will have to be ready for paybacks pretty soon. One of the reasons I'm embarrassed is because I've always enjoyed the work I've done at the schools. I've really enjoyed working with the children and the teachers and all the parents that I've been involved with. And it's been very important to me, and I certainly didn't expect an award for doing it. The other reason I'm embarrassed is that because everybody knows it takes so many people to create quality education in our schools. And if you look to the left and you look to the right and you look across the table, there are an awful lot of dedicated people in this room and in all the school buildings here in Port Huron. And everybody deserves an award, and especially a round of applause.
Congratulations, Claudia, well deserved. The next award is the Outstanding Service Award, and we are going to call upon Patty Bayless, who was the 1995 recipient, to give the award out this year. Patty?
I must tell you that receiving this award last year left me very speechless. And it is an honor tonight, and it is a privilege to be able to give out this award tonight to this person who so much deserves this award, who's a very quiet person, who's very soft-spoken, who doesn't ever toot her own horn or anything. She just kind of does her thing and just keeps doing it. So, let me tell you a little bit about this person. This person bought their first PTA membership 9 years ago. Since that time, they have held the office of president, vice president, and treasurer, and has chaired fundraisers, membership drives, Santa's Secret Shop, carnival, science fairs, 5th grade graduations, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and still finds time to sing in her church choir. Whew, that's an awful lot of stuff. And this is all at one elementary school. When her children moved to the middle school level, she saw a need to stay involved, so she helped start a PTSA at the middle school. It also was the first PTSA in the Port Huron Area School District. She was their first membership chairperson, and she is now the president of that PTSA unit. I lost my place. Where her youngest daughter is the 6th grader. She is also the first vice president of the Port Huron PTA Council. Her 2 oldest children now attend PAHHS, which we all know means Port Huron High School. So she now also goes to parent advisory meetings and band booster meetings. If you go to the football games, basketball games, soccer games, or band concerts and follow the big red marching machine, you have met Debbie Crimmins. Oh, wait, come on, Don. Now I have to finish this speech here. Debbie has even learned to alter band uniforms. And if you know Debbie, you would know that this has been the hardest thing so far. Just think that if 9 years ago she had not bought her first PTA membership and tried to get a new basketball scoreboard, what all who know her might have missed. Debbie Crimmins is what PTA and this award is all about. You can always count on Debbie. She doesn't want me to pin it either. She's afraid I'm going to poke her.
I don't know what to say. I've been involved in PTA for a very long time. And I got involved because of the children. I stay involved because of the children, and all of you in this room are involved because of the children. And I implore all of you to find as many more people as you can to become involved because of the children. Thank you.
Congratulations. The next award will be the District Service Award, and the recipient last year was Jim Dunn. And I would call on Jim, please, now to give the award.
In the past 2 years, I've become a convert for PTA. Fort Gratiot, like the other middle schools, had little or no involvement with PTA prior to starting the chapter last year. And I've seen a phenomenal change take place in our school. There isn't hardly a day goes by that we don't have parents in this building volunteering in some way. And it's amazing to me the change that's taken place within the building as a result of the efforts of the parents in our building. Whether we're asking them to help us supervise students or help with a meal like we put on last week for the in-service. We had parents who came in and helped prepare the luncheon for our staff, whether it's setting up for something such as this, chaperoning, supervising, counting money, fundraising. Every time I turn around, there's someone there who's asking to help, offering to help. What can we do? They've even twisted my arm and convinced me that I ought to be a living target for someone who would like to throw a pie at a principal. And that would not have happened had we not had the involvement of PTA in this building. I'd like to take a moment and offer a special thank you and appreciation to Suzanne Smith and Gail Walker. They are truly responsible for the setup, organization, the appearance of the gym, the program this evening. They've truly done just an outstanding job. And would you please join me in thanking them for... Kathy Ernst is our third tribe president, and unfortunately, she's on vacation and wasn't able to be here, but she certainly was a part of the planning and a lot of the preparation that went on prior to her leaving. This year's District Service Award goes to a person who is a perfect role model to our students. She is considerate and thoughtful of others and makes the concerns of others her concerns. She is sharing, cooperative, and helpful. Every student is her special project. She encourages her students by using positive reinforcement, and good work never goes unpraised. In fact, one of her special projects is catching her students doing something right and then having their picture taken. That special picture is given to the student to remind them how special they are and how they can do things very well. Her warmth and kindness go beyond the classroom. She always has a friendly smile and greeting to everyone who passes in the hall. She makes it a point to be involved in her school by being active on the School Improvement Committee, and has set up a special reading corner in the entry hall of her school for students who arrive early. She has been active working with the PTA and attending PTA functions. She is appreciative and very supportive of parents and encourages parent participation within her classroom. She is respected and loved by her staff, students, parents, and former students. She has worked with student teachers during their internship. Some of these have been her former students, and she's kept in contact with these young teachers years later, encouraging them throughout their career. Her career spans from Woodrow Wilson to Negaunee to Campo School to her current school for the past 24 years, Michigami. This year's District Service Award goes to Mrs. Gay Houston.
Thank you very much. I really don't know what to say. People always say that, but I really don't know what to say. I really love kids, and I love working with kids. And when I heard about the pictures, I started listening. And then when I heard the schools, and I thought, oh, it could be. Thank you very much. And I do what I like to do, and everyone makes it easy for me to do. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Gay. You certainly deserve that award. And I think Gay was one of the first teachers I worked with when I came to the Port Huron Area School District many years ago. So congratulations. Yes, we were just talking. We had our Navy uniforms that we would wear periodically when we didn't know what else to put on. So. Her comment was, I do have a new uniform. Congratulations. Next on our agenda, we will be moving to the PTA Membership Awards, and that will be presented by Patty Bayless. Patty?
This year we did not have a membership chair at our council level, so I get to do the honors, which I love to give out things anyway. A number of our buildings achieved what's called 100% staff. That means that all of their full-time staff members joined their PTA or their PTSA, and that shows a lot of support for the PTA. It also shows the parents in that building that the staff is behind them and that they're willing to help the PTA make things happen. So the first awards I'm going to give out this evening are for those 100% PTA. I would like to have the president of that building or the principal of that building to please come up and receive this. The first one goes to, you never know, Michigami. Oh, very good. The membership chairman. This is the guy that does all the hard work. The next one for 100% PTA staff is presented to Indian Woods. And this is their president, Gary Bates. The next 100% PTA staff award goes to Garfield, President Linda Mao. Our next award goes to, here's my trouble with my words again, Woodrow Wilson. Their assistant principal, Tom Navarro. Next, Kimball Elementary, President Donna Orr. I'm assuming this is a membership chairperson. Oh, we'll leave this one for last. Okay. Next one, Keewatin. Your principal is here? No? Yes. I think so. Oh, gee! Oh, gee. Do I have egg on my face? Okay. Next, Roosevelt Elementary. Co-presidents Laura DeBoer and Carol Mann. If you guys don't want it, I'll take it. And last but not least, Fort Gratiot PTSA. This is a membership chairperson. Now, last year we started something new on the PTA Council that we had not done before, and I'm really sorry that we'd never done this before. But we started giving out established new unit awards, which last year Fort Gratiot received one of those, and also Harrison Elementary. This year, of course, 2 other units came on board. The first one is Holland Woods, and they are not able to be here this evening, but as you know, they are one of the PTSA units, so we will make sure that they receive this award, but please let's give them a hand. And then, of course, our other unit that came on board this year was Chippewa PTSA. President Chris Hendrickson and co-president Joe Federley. Those are the membership awards. But as I said earlier this evening, you always expect some surprises for the evening. And this is something that we're going to do now that a lot of you did not know about, but just a few of us did. And to help me do this award, I would like to ask for Bill Kimball to please come up and say a few words for me, please.
I thought I talked a little too long before, but Patty let me do this again, so I must not have. I was asked to say a few things about this individual, They will all be good things because this is a very good person. This person is quiet, efficient, kind of a guy that always gets it done, and I might add, gets it done correctly. Everyone likes and respects him. He's one of the few people that I know that can get all the parties to agree, even when they start out with varying positions. And that takes a lot of skill to do that. He is a patient person. He's a good planner. He's very caring. He's honest, an all-around solid guy. I particularly like to travel with him because he always knows about the best restaurants, hotels, etc. Plus, he always has a map, and I never do. He's the person in the office who always knows what's going on. When I need to find out what's happening, this is the person I go talk to. He does a wonderful job working with PTA, the Hispanic Council, the Native American Group, Community Mental Health, Breakfast Optimists, and the list goes on and on. He has been a great facilitator in enhancing communication through social activities and even in his own home, where he has often been a great host. Best of all, he's a true friend. My secretary, Rosemary Taylor, is retiring this year. She's too young to retire. She looks too young, right? She's younger than I am, too, but she is. After 30 years in the district, I think she started when she was 10. She's here with us tonight. And Rosemary, I'd like to ask you to stand and be recognized for me, because I want to make some more comments. My office has a reputation of being very efficient. It's not me, it's her. She's been a great asset to me and to the district. And Rosemary had the opportunity to work with the person that I'm talking about here tonight. And she had some things that she wanted to say. He's a great boss. He's willing to let you spread your wings and stretch. When called on for a favor or for help, his response is to ask, when do you need it, not why you asked him. He's able to be both a boss and a friend at one and the same time. Not too many people can do that either. He makes no class distinction based on the level of your position. He has a quiet, gentle demeanor, but always with an amused twinkle deep down inside. He has a wry, subtle sense of humor. A couple little stories about this person. These are from Rosemary, not from me. One time, long ago, he was going through his hold basket and found something that had been due over a month before. So he formulated a new philosophy on the spot. If you wait long enough to do something, sometimes you never have to do it, and generally it's not missed. Another story. Once, a week ahead of time, I invited him to lunch on his birthday. He said he would be unable to go because he was going to be a pallbearer that day. My response was to ask who had died. He just stood there and looked at me until I realized that he could not be scheduled to attend a funeral over a week away. He's good at the gotchas. I'm not going to tell you who this person is because I think Patty's got a couple other things she wants to say. Thank you.
I know this must be intriguing to many of you to find out who this special person is. But to help us learn a little bit more about him, I'd like to ask Teresa Catalina to please come up.
I really feel honored that I get to recognize and honor my longtime friend and colleague and mentor for more than 20 years. And I talked to Patty last night and I said, gee, what can I say? Everybody knows all these wonderful things about him. And she said, well, I want you to share with the Founders Day dinner, the people that are there, some things that they might not know about him. So, he has always been very supportive of all the programs that we have here at the Port Huron Area School District. He's always wanting to learn new things. In fact, he's so into it that he even takes community education courses. And one of the things that he took was line dancing right here at Fort Gratiot School. And I was really proud of him for doing this, and I talked with Jack Peters, who is another special ed director in our office, and I said, isn't it wonderful that, this individual is taking line dancing? He said, what do you mean, Teresa? He quit. I said, what do you mean he quit? He said, there's 36, 40 counts to some of those dance steps, and he couldn't catch on. Well, let me tell you that I think that everyone can learn. And so what I did is, I am going to change schools and change teachers. So this morning I called over at Chippewa, and the renowned secretary of line dancing over there, Sandy Boyd, I talked to her about it. And so what we did today is we have this person who is going to retire June 30th, and he's not going to have all of those administrative things on his mind anymore, so he'll really be able to concentrate on his line dancing. And we have this certificate, How About Country? And this will be for he and his wife, and he gets 6 free lessons at the Wagon Seal. And I'm sure that he will learn line dancing. Something else that I wanted to share with you, just one other thing tonight that some of you may not know. About 3 years ago, this person was given the administrative assignment to take care of the itinerants, the phys ed, the music, and the art. Now, in our district, we do not give anybody discriminately just jobs like that. They have to be qualified and certified. Mr. McKenzie always says that. And some of you may not know that this person has a major in art. And we're really proud of him for that in our office. And sometimes we do have a lot of fun at the administration building, and on occasion, maybe once or twice a year, we get to do something social. And one of the things that we do in May is we have a bowling tournament. And we gave this assignment. There's five of us women in our office, and we really look up to our boss. And I know he worked long and hard on the design of our bowling shirt. And I'd like to share that with you tonight. It's in here somewhere. Isn't that beautiful? In fact, we think it's so wonderful that, we think of him as, he is our Isaiah Thomas. And what we are going to do on June 30th, and you all can come down and see, is we are going to hang this from the rafters on the 3rd floor in the office building. And I'm sure it'll be wonderful. And we are going to retire his bowling jersey. And I could go on and on. And there's a lot of things that he really likes to do. And, one of them is that he's been my mentor, been training me, tells me I have to go to the Burger King with the directors. So another thing that Cindy Case, who is our secretary and accounting clerk, I'm going to have her, I lost everything, Cindy. Anyway, I have an envelope that she's going to pass around that says Burger King coupons, because he loves the Burger King coupons, and he has lunch every day for $1.05. And we know that some of you carry these around in your wallet and in your purse, and if you want to put it in this envelope, we'll be very happy. Or if you want to send it to the administration building, just send it to Cindy Case. And if he gets too many, it's fine. because he's a grandpa now and they make good stocking stuffers. Oh, here it is, Cindy. She's going to take care of that for us, and I'm really, thank you, Patty, for having me recognize this wonderful person.
Well, I wonder how many of you have guessed who we're honoring this evening, or maybe roasting this evening. When the PTA Council found out that this person was retiring, we were very stunned, and we couldn't believe it, and we did not know what to do. I was actually speechless, like, no, you can't do this, you can't leave me. But it's time to move on, and it's time for things to go. So I called all the PTA presidents and said, okay, guys, this is what's going on. What are we going to do? No, we got to keep this quiet. We can't let anybody know. So we decided to honor this person, and there's not even a minimal amount of things that we could give this man, because this man has given so much to the parents of this district, to the people of this district, to the community. And so we came up with just a few small tokens that can't even measure up to what really we want to give to this man tonight. And I must tell you that this is a man who has been a wonderful inspiration to me for the last 2 years as PTA Council President. He has always been there. He never toots his own horn. He just lets everybody else shine, and he continually helps people to shine and just goes and says great things about somebody else, but never says anything about himself. So tonight, we wanted to thank him for everything that he has done for our PTA Council over the last 11 years. He has sat on our council board as the liaison between the PTA Council and the school district. So to give him a few little tokens of our appreciation this evening, we are giving him one of the highest honors that you can get with the Michigan PTA, which is an honorary life membership to the Michigan PTA. And we also have a couple of tokens up here, and I would like to bring him up now. Charles Kemp.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm very surprised, indeed, and I am a dropout from the line dancing. But even before that, I was in this very gym. I should admit this, but I'm back here now. I was a dropout from the aerobics class too. You know? So it's not all been roses, you see. And some of those dances do go 64 counts. And then you got to do it again, you know. I mean, it's a long time. But I hope to get back into it. And with this certificate, I certainly will appreciate the 6 lessons, which I will need, I can assure you. Thank you very much. You've been very, very kind. I appreciate everything the PTA has done for the schools. It's been a pleasure and a joy for me to be part of that activity. I, too, believe very much in the PTA and what the PTA has done for the schools. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Last week, a couple of the council people and I went out and did a little bit of shopping, and these are some things that we came up with. We know that when you retire, they always give you a gold watch. So we came up with something just a little bit better than that.
Okay. Here's something go beep, beep.
Well, no, that wasn't this.
Batteries included.
Yeah, batteries included.
Oh. While I'm doing this, I'm just glad that Rosemary Taylor didn't tell them everything that we used to do. Oh, this is great. I can't, is it, oh, it opens. Oh, it's a gorgeous, beautiful clock. Thank you. And it's inscribed on the front. Put my glasses on. Another sign of. It's Charles Kemp for your years of dedicated service to our children, presented by the Port Huron PTA Council. Today's date. Thank you very much. I'll come back up.
Congratulations, Chuck. We will long remember you, long remember you. And for our closing remarks, I would like to call on Suzanne Smith and Gail Walker.
Suzanne, Kathy, and I, and the Fort Gratiot PTSA, want to thank everyone who helped prepare for this evening, especially Jim Dunn, who had to deal with all three of us. Jim has been a constant supporter of ours since our PTSA was founded last year. He always has time for us and makes sure our activities run smoothly. Jim, we're really lucky to have you at Fort Gratiot. Also, we want to extend a special thank you to Sally Gregg for being our MC tonight. We wanted Sally to be our MC because we wanted to pay tribute to the PTA founding women and also represent all the hardworking men and women who are involved in PTA. We felt that Sally exemplifies what the PTA stands for. Sally is a very respected woman in our community. She's a mom, an educator, she's involved, and most important, she's great with children. Sally, we thank you. Last, Fort Gratiot has provided 100-year commemorative keychains at each table. Please make sure you take one before you leave. Thank you.
I hope you all enjoyed yourselves this evening, and I'd like to sincerely thank everyone who helped out tonight. Never lose sight that we are a group of committed people who can change the world. Thank you and good night.